Legends whispered of a time when cats were revered, not mere pets but treasures. In sun-drenched Egypt they were guardians against desert spirits, their presence a symbol of good fortune. Across windswept deserts rumors traveled on camelback. Tales of these feline wonders reached faraway lands. Emperors and merchants alike desired their companionship. A cat's worth? More than gold, some would say, for theirs was a magic money could not buy. Cleo, a sleek silver tabby with eyes like moonstones, was a cat of elegance and grace. Her fur shimmered like silver under the palace lights, and her presence commanded attention wherever she went. She knew her worth. Born in a palace adorned with gold and precious stones, Cleo was no ordinary cat. She roamed the grand halls with a regal air, her every step echoing the luxury she was surrounded by. She played amongst silks and secrets, her days filled with the whispers of courtiers and the rustle of fine fabrics. Yet, despite the opulence, Cleo felt a void in her heart, but her heart yearned for adventure. She often found herself gazing out of the palace windows, dreaming of the world beyond the gilded cage she called home. One day, a ginger blur tumbled into her life. This unexpected visitor was unlike anyone she had ever met. This was Simba, a streetwise cat with fur like the setting sun, and a spirit as vast as the sky. His eyes sparkled with tales of distant lands and adventures untold. He spoke of bustling markets and tales spun by sailors. His stories were filled with the scent of spices, the sound of waves and the thrill of the unknown. He was to be traded for spices from the east, a fate he accepted with a sense of adventure rather than fear, a journey Cleo longed for. She listened intently, her heart racing with the possibility of joining him on his travels. Bound by a shared yearning for the unknown, their friendship blossomed. Together they dreamed of a life beyond the palace walls, a life filled with adventure and discovery. Their journey began on a ship laden with silks and secrets. The ship's deck was a vibrant tapestry of colors, with bundles of silk from distant lands stacked high. Each piece of fabric seemed to whisper tales of its origin, adding an air of mystery to their voyage. Cleo, with her regal air, charmed the captain. Her grace and poise were unmatched, and she quickly became a favorite among the crew. The captain, a stern man with a soft spot for elegance, found himself enchanted by Cleo's presence, often seeking her company during quiet moments at sea. Simba, ever the adventurer, befriended the ship's cat, a grizzled old Tom with stories of faraway lands. The old Tom, with his weathered fur and wise eyes, shared tales of his many voyages, from the icy waters of the north to the warm seas of the south. Simba listened intently, his eyes wide with wonder and excitement. Days turned into weeks, filled with the rhythm of the waves and the cries of gulls. The constant motion of the ship became a soothing lullaby, and the sight of seagulls soaring above was a reminder of the world beyond the horizon. The crew settled into a routine, each day blending into the next. They sailed through storms, Simba's courage unwavering, and basked under starry skies, Cleo sharing tales of her palace life. The storms tested their resolve, with waves crashing against the ship and winds howling through the sails. Yet in the calm of the night, under a blanket of stars, Cleo's stories of opulence and grandeur provided a stark contrast to their rugged journey. Each day strengthened their bond, proving that friendship could bloom even in the face of the unknown. The shared experiences, from the mundane to the extraordinary, wove a tapestry of camaraderie and trust. In the vast expanse of the ocean, amidst the uncertainty of their journey, they found solace in each other's company, forging a connection that would endure beyond the horizon. Section 4. The Price of Freedom. Reaching a vibrant port city, Simba was separated from Cleo. He was to be presented to a sultan, his value beyond measure. Cleo, heartbroken, refused to abandon her friend. She used her wit and charm, navigating the bustling marketplace, following whispers of Simba's whereabouts. She discovered a hidden entrance to the sultan's palace. There she found Simba, restless and unhappy in a gilded cage. Section 5. Treasures beyond compare. Working together, they devised an escape. Simba and Cleo, two cats with a bond stronger than any chain, knew they had to leave the palace. The treasures that surrounded them were tempting, but they longed for something more. They longed for freedom. Simba, with his agility, and Cleo, with her quick thinking, made their way out of the palace, dodging guards and slipping through shadows. Every step was a calculated move, every glance a silent communication. They were a team, unstoppable and determined. Leaving behind the world of treasures and trades, they boarded their ship. The treasures they left behind were nothing compared to the treasure they found in each other. On the open seas, they found solace in each other's company, a comfort that no amount of gold could provide. They had tasted freedom, a treasure more valuable than anything they left behind. The wind in their fur, the salt in the air, and the endless horizon before them were the true treasures they sought. They felt a joy that was indescribable, a happiness that came from within. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of friendship and courage, they sat side by side, watching the world change colors. The sunset was a reminder of their journey, a symbol of their newfound freedom and the adventures that lay ahead. They knew their adventures were far from over, for they had each other, and that was a wealth beyond any king's ransom. With the open sea as their playground and the stars as their guide, Simba and Cleo were ready for whatever came next. Their story was just beginning and the world was theirs to explore.